So this is real important that I do this video on here because this is the Water School of Art that I went to. This is real important. This might be one of the most important videos I've ever done. So this is a tragic story. And it's important that I do it here. I don't know what they got building out here, but so the most famous television anchor in Toronto, in Ontario, is dead. The Apollo affair on chemo, Pollard on Balco. This is the craziest fucking story ever. Now stay with me. You know I'm an artist. Anybody knows things? I'm an artist. By the way, I got kicked out of this school of art for a collage going against the nuclear industry. A guy named Jim Jacobs, dirtbag lowlife. So, as you know, I had a show scheduled in Ontario. It was in 2015, 14, 15. Me and the Free Radical up there in Canada. All ready to go. They're talking to us. They're putting the catalog together. You know, this whole show. And so, this is a nutty story. So, the Montreal lab. Do you know about the Montreal lab? Oh, I do. So, a big part of the Manhattan Project was in Canada. Now, her bloodlines are these. She's the famous news anchor, really famous news anchor. Everybody knows her, really famous. So, she ends up being the science spokesperson for the so-called museum, which has evolved out of the Montreal Project. Look at her parents. Her parents, that's how they got here. Manhattan Project parents. You cannot make the famous distance runner beautiful. She's the PR person. Bruce Nuclear Energy Reactor, the nuclear waste facility. It's so controversial, it's unbelievable. She ends up being the spokesperson for them. Now, Pierre, if you don't know about him, Madame Curie, the denier, we know what happened to her, but what about him? You do know that he supposedly slipped in the rain and a cart ran over his head. What? Oh yeah, so I got a show. You know, we're ready to go. We're making, we're getting everything ready, going, blah, blah. All of a sudden I get a call. They pulled our catalog. I'm like, what? You know, the Free Radical up there. So that's when all of a sudden all these trolls and PR firms start to attack me and Dana. He's over there on the coast. By the way, you gotta have a lot of guts to do what he and I did. I can't tell you how much appreciation I have for him. He got balls, that dude. Oh, that dude's got. Remember, they arrested him. They came to his house and arrested him. He is a gag order. So this is when the PR firms. So the FBI got involved. There are things, death threats going to me. I mean, big time. I mean, all over the internet. Some of the stuff's still up. You know, I mean, the stuff they did after me. Central line, I'm in a bone marrow transplant. My chest is split open. I'm in critical condition, and they're physically, which are felonies all over. They're going crazy at me. All of a sudden, my show gets pulled. I'm like, what the fuck? That's where the show. So, stay with me. How controversial is the place that she worked? Well, back to the Apollo affair. So there became a very big controversy years ago about that place. And somebody inside, they pulled the plug. Now this ties into the Apollo affair. This ties into Pollard. The spy. The missing nuclear waste all over our place. They banned all products coming in from Israel. Oh yeah, look it up. Very controversial. This is where she worked. She's the science and technology, not just the mouthpiece, she's the PR person. Okay, stay with me. This is important, crazy stuff. So I go to work, I dig in, they're coming after me in a vicious, incredible way, and I'm in critical condition, fighting for my life. The trolls, the PR firms, and so I dig in, it's run out of caliber. I dig it out. I did. Go to the FBI, go to local police, go to everybody. These guys are threatening me all over the place. I mean, what they're doing. I mean, I'm getting phone calls, people saying they're going to kill me, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's on. Jan went to the FBI. I mean, everybody did. It was an intense, crazy time. So I tracked it down. It was Edelman, PR firm out of Canada. I knew all this, so let's get to this story. This is major, incredible story. The artist Blanche. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. What? So, this is nuts. So, she's dead at 53 years old. What? Christina Crosby is dead. I'm like, oh, what? I just found this out this morning. What the fuck? She got cancer just recently. You know, she's famous. She used to have the health, and she's the most famous person in that whole area. I mean, she's the pillar of health, beautiful. She's a distance runner, blah, blah, blah. Well, get this one. It gets better. About a year ago, her husband was riding his bike and was hit by a car and killed. What? Pierre and Balco. So, like I said, they blackballed me from the art community. Now, remember, this is the Wattis School of Art. Who are the Wattises? I taught at the Wattis School of Business. #1 ever. I taught that. Like Curie got mad cow, died, blah, blah. I call it the Wattis curse. Who's the Wattises? Utah Construction. What? The Great Weasel. No, I can. Who? I don't. For the first time, the UN has passed the law, the bill, that there is no nuclear. We're done with nuclear bombs. Nuclear energy, nuclear bombs. It's the same thing. They don't seem to get that. I can. I will. I protest in Vienna. You know, they protect me there. ICANN calls Canada the Great Weasel Nation. Same with Australia, the Queen. And if you don't think you're still ruled up there by the Queen, you're a fool. You're a fool. Uranium 1, Google. This all roads lead. You know where the Beer and the Antelope, Mayak, Hillary Clinton, and Donald Trump, the kissing freaking uranium queen twins, a bee's puppets. So, why do we call them the Great Weasel Nation? Because they always vote against anything nuclear, we're against nuclear bomb. Who supplies all the uranium? Where does it come from? That's who she worked for. This is this is an unbelievable story. So, you know, I remember telling the free radical, by the way, what's a free radical? If you think about that. Sending me stuff in the mail, going crazy, whatever. What's a free radical? It's a cancer cell. I was full of ammo leukemia at the time. Think about that. Think about that. The whole gig. These guys going at me. I was up there in Canada. Whoa, whoa. What a setup. I don't know how I got out alive. And like I said, at the same time, I mean, these trolls and these rats pay felonies all over. That could never happen to anybody else. You know, what Dana does is, he's got balls, I'll tell you what, that dude has balls. Whoa, I was on his show last night, and so, but all of a sudden my show's pulled, my art show, all ready to go. Then, why? Then the free radical and all these other guys, by the way, he says, my lawyer got involved, and where's his lawyer? His lawyer just happened to be in Oak Ridge, Tennessee? What? What? Well, I've been on to this for a while. So they go after me. What's up, brother?
How you doing today?
Doing good. This cold, crazy weather, huh? Whew! East winds blow. Wow. Nutty year.
I think it needs like snow dances or anything. So cold.
No doubt, man.
Have a good day.
You too. A little strong. That piece of painting was Panty Painter's. I knew him. Boycotted. You know, this butterfly painter, she put them together. I know her too. So, this is a crazy story. The Apollo affair. You know about that? How about you know about Pollard? How about you know about the Montreal lab? You know about the freaking museum she worked for? Very controversial. The most controversial, probably, building. And you can look it up. I'll post the tags. How controversial this place is. And they are the mouthpiece for the nuclear energy. I mean, could be the biggest nuclear reactor maybe in the world. It's one of them. And besides that monster in Russia. Whoa. I didn't know her husband had been hit by a car and killed. Oh my God. Do you know how famous she is? You know who her parents are? Ha! Her parents came with the Montreal freaking project. You know, the Montreal lab, they call it, which is this place. It's ironic because what do they have going right now? I think at this, where she worked, I think they have a Barrier Reef show going, ocean show. This is the craziest ass story I've ever heard, but I've always known what Dana and I do, and that's when our view counts crashed. They went after us. That's when, you know, Million Mass March. I've had cops right in D.C. The head of White House Security that talks to me about all this. You know, pretty amazing. what they've done to me. Jackson Pollock on chemo on Balco. Ooh, what's that smell in Carmel? Don't hit a fucking tree, Jackson. Wow. You know, Andy Warhol. Oh yeah, my gallbladder friggin' almost, well, it did. I had gallbladder surgery just like he. You know, they tried to make an Andy Warhol sequel out of me. Remember, I was given 2 months to live. Remember when I got sick at the Bernie Sanders thing? Collapsed? I don't know how I didn't die. But the whole rat and the trolls and went after us. And, you know, I've never done anything illegal. I've been in handcuffs lots of times, but I don't break the law. I tell the cops right there, you know, I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for everyone. The great equalizer. This story's insane. But I've always known, and I always could never figure out. But I could figure out. You know, the Free Radical and all those guys, and then they all ran for me. They all, remember they were all around me? Oh, Kevin Lynch, the greatest artist in the world. Remember they were all in Canada? The great Weasel Nation? Whoa, the Queen's Place. Whoa, then they all ran for me for no reason? Turned their back on me? I'm like, I mean, I've got a show, and then all of a sudden, boom, no. And then he wouldn't even answer my phone calls, the curator. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why, you know, they're putting the brochure, the paintings, you know, everything's ready to go. What the hell? And then out of nowhere, they just pulled it. My lawyer's in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. The Montreal lab. The Apollo Fair on chemo. This is a tragic story. Was her husband Pierre? Remember the wheel came off my car? Oh, that's coincidence. Which I do think that's coincidence. I do. You know. But is hers a coincidence? I don't know, but it's very tragic. It's very sad. Was it AML? I don't know, but she wasn't sick for very long. She was a beautiful distance runner. Just like Curie, you know, in the bone marrow transplant at LDS. We have lots of marquee athletes. Why? Because they train in Moab, Utah. They don't know about the red dust. This is a freaking crazy story. I'll tag all the tags. Connect these fucking dots, you criminal derelict fuckers. Whoa. Be careful, all you fuckers that have attacked me and gone after me, almost killed me. You live by the sword, you will die by the sword. This is tragic what has happened to her. You know how famous she is in Toronto? You know how famous she is up there? Oh, the Ontario Museum, Montreal effect. What are we building out here? A cattle chute for a sheep? Me neither. Yeah, it does. We probably don't want to know, right? I guess we'll find out. Stay tuned.